Governor Byles. It's a long time.
And you've caught me on my vacation, but because it's you, Dashan, I'll do the interview.
All right, then. Thanks much. All right, let's just jump straight into it. No around the bush. The Bank of Jamaica coming with the central bank digital currency took a pretty significant step today. Walk us through it.
Today we minted $230 million of central bank digital currency. So normally what we do is send an order abroad and some big currency printer would print it, and months later it would come to us and we have heavy security and carry it into our vault. Today, in half an hour, we minted 230 million, and we could well have minted 2.3 billion. It's just that is the amount we wanted to do, and it is as efficient as that.
All right. So now this minting of the CBDC, as the acronym says, what's the next step?
Right. So having minted it, we are working with one of the commercial banks, National Commercial Bank. They're working with us on a pilot. We're going to be joined later by the other banks, but we are going to pilot it by distributing the currency to them and other banks, and they in turn will distribute the currency to their customers, whether individuals or businesses.
All right, no, and that is to take effect starting next month.
What are we now? August? Yes, a lot turns on NCB's readiness, and they're working hard towards that. So maybe towards the end of September, we will start that process.
What is the expectation really by going toward digital currency?
Well, a digital currency is far more efficient for an individual and for a business. There's a big cost associated with cash, especially if you have a business. Security, transporting it, keeping it safe. If you're a bank, it's all the people who come into your bank to get cash. So what we're doing with digital currency is taking a lot of cost out of the process of doing business, but also it's more secure. I mean, you're walking around with your money on your phone, and even if you lose your phone, you don't lose your money because they have to crack your code to get into your phone to use your money. So you can be a lot more relaxed about the security of your money. But also it means that I can stay right here, Dashan, and pay you right now, immediately. I see a big smile on your face. But that's possible with digital currency. You don't have to be face to face. You can be remote and pay.
What's the difference now between how efficient a digital currency works vis-a-vis card payments like point of sale or credit cards or cash?
Right. So a digital currency will be just as quick as a card payment or a debit card, credit card, debit card. However, there's no cost associated with it, either to you, the individual, or to the business. Remember, businesses pay sometimes 3% or more when it comes to credit card, and some other dollar amount when it comes to debit card. With CBDC, it is totally free to business and to the individual.
All right.
And it's instantaneous.
Instantaneous. Now, yes. In distributing this CBDC, what will the bank count as success in getting it accepted among the population? Because you have seen, well, like the sand currency, what do they call it? The others,
yes, the sand dollar.
Sand dollar, yes. Another island. The take-up is not very, nothing to write about now. How would we measure our own success?
Okay, so we need to realize that cash is something that every one of us have been around from we are born. We know it. So it's something that we're accustomed to, and to change it will take a while. So we're under no illusion that we're going to change it instantaneously, but we feel that gradually over the next couple of years, we'll be able to replace cash with a digital currency. A lot is going to depend on how we get the merchants to accept it. Because once you and I find that every merchant we go to takes CBDC, then individuals will be very open towards using CBDC. So a big part of our push through the banks is going to be to get businesses to accept it. And all they really need is a phone. Just like an individual, a business only needs a phone to be able to take millions of dollars into their account with CBDC.
Well, what exactly will be done to get that push, to get businesses to accept it, to get consumers to accept using it as a means of payment?
Right. Well, we're going to have a big marketing push, publicity to get people interested. The banks, we want to use them to speak to their customers and to get them on board, point out the cost advantages of using CBDC. I mean, even if you're a gas station, I mean, there's a lot of cash that you have to handle, manage, and it costs you. It's not, if you took CBDC, that would be far less. So on one hand, it is advantageous to businesses to take it. On the other hand, it is good and secure and costless to the individual to use it.
Very last question now. It's been pushed as one of the means to improve financial inclusion, getting people who are not currently with a bank account, not currently in the financial system, to get them in that system. How will a CBDC, Jamaica's own, achieve that aim?
Right. So back in January of last year, we passed some legislation. When I say we, I mean the government passed legislation that allowed for what we call graded KYC, graded Know Your Customer. So if you're opening an account with, let us say, $50,000, you need less identification and verification than if you were opening a business account with 50 million. Right? So with that graded KYC, we expect that banks will use just a piece of ID, government ID, driver's license, a photograph of yourself, which you can take with your phone, and you send it in and you become a customer of the bank. Right? So it's like putting your foot in the door. It's an easy way to, beg your pardon, it's an easy way for you to become a customer of the bank by using graded KYC and CBDC.
All right, so $230 million in CBDC already minted. Over what period would that be rolled out? Is there a plan as to say how much more you add each time?
Well, it all depends on the pilot. So as I said, NCB to start late next month, then I think Sagicor Bank comes on, and then the other banks will follow up to December. So as they come on and as we expand the merchant population and expand the individual population, we'll mint more of the currency.
Who expands the merchant? The commercial banks go after the merchants, or in collaboration with BOJ?
Both of us, you know, we want to work hand in hand. And I would say also we want to work with the telcos, because in Jamaica, the two telcos have the largest mass customer base.
That's Digital and Flow.
Yes, and they have all the people that we want to become banked. They are probably using a cell phone. They are customers of these telcos. So we have been working with the telcos to get them to help us to recruit people to CBDC.
All right. Any other issue on CBDC that you'd want to bring out to the general public?
Terribly excited about it. It's very innovative. We have just run a little competition to name it. And it was a public competition, prize money. And we have a name that we have selected. And in due time, we will announce
what time is better than now?
Not this time, Dashan.
All right, then. All right, Governor, thanks much.
My pleasure. Take care, Dashan.
Yeah, man, same to you, and thanks a lot.
I too.